Assalamu alaikum. Today we will install PTC Creo 5.0. So this is the folder which link would be shared over Google Classroom. So first we have to copy in this solid square drive file into any directory you want. Paste it over here. After that, extract this solid square file. You may delete the RAR file after extracting the solid square file. So once you extract in the solid square file, open it and open a readme file, and the readme file is basically there for your instruction. So this would be the procedure we will follow to install Creo Parametric 5.0. So first what we have to do, I just copy in this license file. So this is the file, and in it we have the license file which will be generated, and it has to be stored afterwards as well, um, but you may delete the other files. So once storing these files into a safe directory, uh, after that you have to run this fill license file, and so that ptcd ssq and that file would be generated near it. You would just double click it and just press any key, and you would see in that ptcd ssq.dat file is generated right over here. So this is basically the license file which we will require for our installation. So after that, what we have to do, we just have to create environment variables. How we create environment variables? Just right click over the PC properties. After that, you have to click at advanced system setting. A new pop-up window will be generated. So after that, at the bottom of this system properties, you have the tab environment variables. Click the tab environment variable and a new pop-up window will be generated once again. So over here, this is the license file which is already generated, because I previously installed in this PTC Creo, and I am just reinstalling this PTC Creo for demo purpose. So I just delete the old PTC Creo files, and afterwards I just click on the new tab. After that, I have to give the variable name which I have to create, which is create environment variable, which name is ptcd license file. I just copy this from here to the variable name. After that, I have to give the variable value as well. So for variable value, I just browse file and go where in the ptcd ssq.dat file is placed. So I just double click it and then press OK tab. So this ptcd license file is created in environment variable. After that, just click OK, again OK, and close this file. So now environment variable file is created. After that, we have to install PTC Creo 5.0. One thing you have to make sure, and that probably we are installing the correct version of PTC Creo, and just make sure that your Wi-Fi is switched off or your LAN cable is not connected. So afterwards, I am again going back to the software. So I am running the PTC Creo 5.0 file. So and this disk file is generated into a disk file. After that, I just double click setup file, pressing yes, and you would see that welcome to the PTC installation assistant. So install new software, setup license. I just have to install new softwares. I just press the next tab. I accept the license agreement. After that, you have to just check this box next. As you can see right over here, and the license file is already available because it is created in the environment variable. So again pressing next. So these were the files which would be installed. If you want to install PTC MathCAD, and just check this box as well, and you have to follow the remaining step of the text file as well when I am done with the installation. So after that, application installation process would be started, and one by one, all of these tools will be installed into your system. And so over here you can see that Creo 5 platform services is installed. After that, Creo complaint viewer installed, and other are installing one by one. So now you can see that four of the tools are installed. We'll just wait for a bit so that the other might install properly. So Creo parametric is basically in the main tool which we would be using and take some times to install. Um, Now you can see that all and the tools of this PTC application is were installed. And so after this, we would just press the finish tab right over here. You can unmount the disk which is mounted. Uh, After that, we are done with this step. We are done with this step as well. We also create the environment variable we have installed in the PTC Creo 5.0 as well. So now what we have to do, we have to do in this step as well. And after that, we would be skipping this step because we skip the PTC MathCAD Prime. So now what we have to do, we have to go to the solid code file. So in solid code file, we have to copy distributed service manager and common files from Creo 5.0.0.0 to folder where we have installed and the Creo parametric 5.0. So I am just copying these two files from here to where I installed Creo 5.0. As in Windows 10, you can see that this is in the 34-bit program files, and this is the 64-bit program file. So PTC Creo is a 64-bit software, so it would be installed in program files of 64-bit. So here you can see in this PTC. After that, Creo 5.0.0.0, you just paste these two files and do this for all current items and continue. So these two files would be replaced. So after this, what we have to do, we have to copy view express from Creo 5.0 folder to this directory as well. So for this, we are again going to Creo to copy Creo view express. Now going to program files PTC 5.0 and replacing this file here and doing this for all current items. So now we have finalized the step number 1, 2, 3, 3.1 and 3.2. So we are skipping the step number 4 because we didn't install PTC MathCAD Prime. So if you installed or check the option while installing PTC MathCAD Prime 4.0, you have to replace this folder as well. So we are skipping in this step in our installation, so we have to skip this step over here as well. So after that, I again go to the solid squad loader. I have to run and this file in the solid squad file. So I am coming back to the solid squad file. Over here you can see the solid squad loader enabler placed right over here. I just double click it and press yes, and after that I have to press yes again, and the keys and the values contained in C solid squad slash solid squad load enabler dot red mean registry file have been successfully added to the registry. You just have to press the OK key. Now what we have to do, I have to reboot my system, and after that we will back with the interface of the Creo parametric 5.0. I am just closing all in these tabs. You can and delete this file afterwards, but don't delete this file because this file contains this file. So this file is of importance, and its directory is also of importance because we have given in this directory as a license file over here. So we will be back. Assalamu alaikum. We are back from the report. And so over here you can see that Creo distributed service manager 5.0, Creo layout, Creo direct, Creo options modular, Creo simulate, Creo render, and Creo parameter 5.0, which we would be using in our sketches, part model and manufacturing drawing as well. We would be using this. From this we can access all this file as well, and Creo model check at the last. I am deleting all these icons in order to less the mess over my desktop. So now just open Creo parametric 5.0. Just close and the other tabs. Now this would be the first interface of Creo parametric 5.0, and you can select your working directory by clicking working directory from right over here. You can create your working directory from anywhere. Let's suppose I am creating my working directory right over here, so I have to just name the folder or files in order to create that, and just click OK. So basically this is the file name, and this is the working directory which is already created right over here. You can select the working directory over the desktop as well. So once you select the working directory, all the files you save would be auto saved to and that part as well. You can save in the file later on as well. So um, how you can work in the Creo parametric 5.0, you just click the open tab. If you previously have any sketch file, drawing file, manufacturing file, part 5, or any other file that is being supported by Creo parametric 5.0, these were in the sample files, like part file, ASM, mean assembly file, drawing file, format file, manufacturing file, which are supported by Creo parametric 5.0. SolidWorks files would also be supported in Creo parametric 5.0 as well. If you have a part file made on SolidWorks or an assembly file made over SolidWorks, it can also be open right over here as well. So by clicking onto the new tab, a new pop-up window will arise on your screen, which have the following type like layout. If you just click the layout, the default name of layout file would be .cem. If you just click the sketch, the default name for sketch is S2D. Now click the part, and so the default name of and the part file would be .prt, assembly file would be .asm, manufacturing file would be mf.mfg, drawing file would be .drw, format file would be .frm, and notebook file would be .lay. So I am just going to the sketch module or part module. So just to show the initial layout of the Creo parametric 5.0, you just have to click OK if you are selecting the default name, and this is in the first view of the Creo parametric 5.0.